Hello to you. My name is Jessie Johnson, and this is about Vernon Howard and his escape from the human jungle. Human society is simply men and women pretending that the game of pretense is not going on. Humanity appreciates truth about as much as a squirrel appreciates silver. If you think that his or her happy face is a mask covering unhappiness, you are right. What most men and women call their conscience is imaginary virtue switching left or right according to negative self-interest. Observe a man's or a woman's behavior when told unpleasant truths about their self, and you will really know the person. Man and woman have a perfect device for maintaining their darkness, and that device is to say that darkness is light. When someone says they want to help you, try to see where they want to help theyself. If a man does not understand what it means to be under psychic hypnosis, that person is under it. See once and for all that human affairs can improve only when minds awaken from psychic hypnosis. The good performed by awakened individuals, spiritually awakened individuals, is never seen nor appreciated by hypnotized humanity. Your friends will be as careless with your life as they are with their own. Few people realize that other people see them in a totally different way than they see themselves. Calling the wrong the right cannot make a man or woman feel right, and how strange that they never notice this. When someone insists he knows the truth about life, ask that person why they need to nervously insist. Humanity rejects truth like a hungry human being who refuses bread because their dizzy mind thinks it's wood. People wish kindness, yet are incredibly unkind toward themselves by their rejection of truth. When surface personality talks about spiritual matters, it distorts everything, never knowing what it has done against itself and against others. Argument is a valuable evasion of truth to those who prefer religion to truth. When someone lacks the intelligence to try to understand, they cover it up by criticizing. No one is nice unless they can be so with nice possessions and nice advantages. What millions miss. Unawakened men and women by the millions pass an awakened human being on the street and never know what they have just passed by. Artificiality can be detected by the way it smiles, turns to scowls when it is questioned. By wrongly believing that something is necessary and vital, we miss the truly necessary and vital. The truly necessary and vital is to realize that we are here on this earth to rise above our false selves. The greater a man or woman's distance from righteousness, the greater a man or woman's distance from rightness, the closer they will claim to be. It is a great mistake to believe that the evil get away with it, for they are their own punishment. People say they wish to do heaven's will, And how curious that it is the same thing they want to do. Strangely, human beings love their mental fog more than they love the effort which could dissolve it. It is a healthy shock to deeply see how few people really want to change inwardly. Imaginary life have great power to control and wreck people because it insists it is not imaginary life. One person who blocks their own escape is the person who believes they have already escaped. The simplest of facts are unseen by human beings. For instance, believing that we understand and actual understanding are as different as night and noon. An angel can never be deceived by a devil, but a devil is constantly deceived by other devils. A devil consists of a negative thought, a cherished delusion, a clever falsehood, a destructive emotion. The worst decision in life is to choose egoism over the opportunity to wake up. Society will always deceive you when you ask it, what is life all about? 1 million people can declare that wrong is right, but all of them, all billions of them, will suffer from the wrongness of it. Human beings lean on their frail opinions and then wonder why they always feel about to fall. Conflict and despair dwell in a person to the precise degree that they cannot be told what they really are like. Everyone who foolishly marches in step with the mechanical masses proudly believes they are independent. The basic human mistake. The basic human mistake can be explained by saying that men and women live from imaginary identities instead of from their real natures. The cruel taskmaster is nothing more than a man or woman's own psychic ignorance, which they cover up by calling it wisdom. Immature humans are like a frightened child alone in a dark room, not seeing the nearby light switch. Notice how individuals and organizations do the opposite of their promise, and you will begin to understand human nature. When weak people pretend to be strong, they do the one thing that prevents attainment of real strength. Having strong personal beliefs derived from social conditioning is not at all the same as having a clear conscience derived from cosmic consciousness. When told that men and women live in delusion, everyone thinks they are the exception, which is part of their delusion. It is a waste of time to preach to a bat about the glories of sunshine. One of humanity's most amazing self-deceptions is their pretense of having self-control while their life flies apart before their very eyes. A successful day for many people is one in which no one discovered what he or she is really thinking. A true teaching explains what life is all about, while a false teaching hides what life is all about. Can you think of anything more ridiculous than praising and paying people who lead you astray? Remember, the human jungle is thick with deceptive signs which describe it as a nice and sincere place. A man or woman's failure to question the ideas by which they live keeps their life as it is. No one can demand to live according to their fantasies and then demand that someone else pay for their unhappy and destructive consequences. One man or one woman is the echo of the next man or woman, both wrongly assuming they are the original source. Truth replies only when first hearing sincere questions, and how few it truly hears. The reason people are frustrated is simply because a lie cannot be turned into a truth. A confused mind calls itself a clear mind, and that alone explains the entire human horror story. Those who pretend to know the truth have no choice but to try to deceive and injure you. This is a courageous statement. Number 61. These teachings are for those who state, I have played the self-deceiving game long enough, and I am tired of it. A type of sheep-like conformity rarely realized by people is the conformity of being deluded. This has been part 1. Part 2 shall come in some days from now. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. Share this video, please, and subscribe, of course, and have a fine day.